Hi everyone, this is Racz. I'm going to be doing 2 largemouth bass rigging videos per week to further prepare us for the upcoming season. I'm looking forward to any and all feedback, and will use this to facilitate future video topics. Considering I'll be doing 2 videos per week alongside selling fishing tackle this season, I'm only asking that you please consider making a donation to the GoFundMe link posted below this video. During the past 3.5 years, it was a series of uphill struggles to keep my dad home with me as his health declined. The GoFundMe page I created is to address the medical costs during his last few months. Again, any donation would be so greatly appreciated. I've met so many wonderful friends on YouTube, and your invaluable support has kept me making videos and writing fishing articles like this in the February Midwest Outdoors with Mr. Bill Dance on it. Behind his article is mine on spinning reel spools. So I thought that was pretty good placement. Thank you again, and the first rigging topic that I'm going to cover is on the new Sufix Advanced Copolymer fishing line. So this is a line that is supposed to use the same process, magnetic process, that they use for their braid. So let's take a further look at that. Sufix does a wonderful job of explaining on the box and on the spool of what actually comprises their technology. So for those of you that have never heard of Sufix line, it's part of the VMC Corporation, which owns Rapala and Storm and lots of other companies. So the Sufix name has been around for quite some time, even though it may seem newer. The hallmark of Sufix is the way that they use what they call the G3, I believe G2 line winding process, which just basically means that that line is wound on there so unbelievably even and tight that my finger just slides across it. So they're taking the memory that would come off of a regular spool and winding it on. And I know that one of their claims to fame used to be that they had the highest line quality control in the industry per yard. And then when you see the power winding and how smooth that is, it's pretty unbelievable. But basically, what a copolymer line is it's just a fused monofilament. So if you've never fished copolymer, braided line is a fused type of fibers, and this is the same thing, except this is upping the ante in the technology, and they're claiming that they use the same type of process that they use their braid with, and everyone knows that Sufix braids are absolutely fantastic. So the box is just going to tell us pretty much what I just explained, and it's going to tell us, it's kind of confusing. They put advanced monofilament on these copolymers, which they really confuses things. They're monofibers fused, so you're going to get this unbelievable abrasion resistance, which is supposed to be a hallmark of this new process. And I imagine that it is. It looks like it's smooth as silk. The coating on the top seems amazing, and that's supposed to give us less light wear and tear from sunlight. It's supposed to increase the sensitivity. It's supposed to lower the stretch. That is supposed to lower the memory too. So it's pretty interesting. It's literally a fully loaded line. For the dollar, it isn't an inexpensive. Sufix lines are not expensive by some standards. They're not inexpensive, however, and I have used them on and off the past, I don't know, I'd say 6-7 years, and I'm very satisfied with them. For line that comes on a smaller spool like this, you really do have the low memory. But this looks pretty promising. Again, with these types of copolymer lines, I've been asked, they don't sink like fluorocarbon. They offer less visibility in the water than monofilament. They really are a great value. If you finesse fish, lighter stuff, like plastic worms and things like that, or smaller spinnerbaits, smaller crankbaits, smaller topwaters, and you want a line that's going to handle all that stuff pretty good, look no further than a copolymer line or this Sufix Advance that we've been looking at so far. I've heard a lot of positive things about Sufix lines throughout the years, particularly with the comments on the quality control that they've had, that people say there aren't any imperfections in the line or waves or anything like that. When I've hooked onto good fish using Sufix line, it has a very controlled stretch. Some lines, it seems like when you get a big fish, they tend to, more your monofilaments, they tend to stretch a lot real quick. And a lot of people, particularly if you fish for largemouth or smallmouth, you may not want that, particularly around cover. So what copolymers actually do is they stretch evenly. So you're going to get a better hook set and a better feel, better bottom contact feel. It's going to feel more substantial. When you're fishing crankbaits, you probably want something that has some stretch but not a lot. And this is where, particularly, these copolymer lines have really become popular. Where I prefer them is in the Midwest. Most of the shallow bass lakes around me, largemouth bass lakes I should say, you know, they may have a 20-foot deep spot, but your average length, your average depth, pardon me, is you know, that I'm running when they're active is 8 to 12 feet, and this is going to handle those situations really well. So I can fish anything down with 6 pound. This is 6 pound line. I can run anything down from 16th, and I can even go up to 3/8. I could push maybe half an ounce if I had to, because it's Sufix and it has really good control strength. So it's going to perform very well on the lighter end and on the heavier end, but generally speaking, with 6 pound line, I'd probably be throwing a 1/4 ounce, 16th ounce. With 8 pound, I would throw more the 3/8 ounce. So that's pretty much it for covering the Sufix Advance, and I really just wanted to thank you again for taking the time to look at this video. I wanted to wish everyone the best in the upcoming bass season, and if you're new here and you like this stuff, could you please subscribe, give me that thumbs up, and if you have not considered doing so already, could you please consider making a donation to the GoFundMe link below this video, and I just greatly appreciate it, and thank you for all that it is you do. Take care, everyone.